Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/IDontWorkHereLady. And today we have two more great news stories waiting for us, and the first one's about a crazy Karen from the grocery store. Well, that escalated quickly. So, a bit of a backstory. I'm a veteran who suffers from major depression and PTSD. Because of this, my psychologist, I don't know, I get them confused. The therapy one, not the medicine one, suggested getting a service animal and said she'd write a letter to make it an ESA until it was certified. Luckily, a friend of my mom's was giving away 3 Great Pyrenees Catahoula mix puppies, which was perfect for me as I herd and haul cattle for work, and both breeds are herding dogs and very intelligent, happy, and lovable. So she'd be able to help me at work and with my PTSD. The characters are pretty much self-explanatory, but I should mention that Sadie is my pup. The goodest, clumsiest pup that ever pupped. Normally, my company lets me bring Sadie with me, and she'll ride in my truck or hang out in the shop with our mechanic's dog, but my girlfriend usually spends Friday to Sunday at my place, and Sadie latched onto my girlfriend immediately when they met, and they were both cuddled up asleep and looked too cute to wake, so I left Sadie with her for the day, knowing she wouldn't mind as she has a Great Dane and loves big puppies. After work, I called my girlfriend to let her know I was headed home. She said she was taking care of the horses. Yeah, she's a horse girl, but not that kind. She had Sadie with her, but was just finishing up. Knowing that neither one of us would want to get out again after getting home, I asked her if she wanted to meet me at the pet store to grab a service dog and training vest, because trying to train her in public is pretty hard as everyone, very understandably, goes crazy for her on site and has to pet her, and I figured this vest would at least deter the sane crowd. So fast forward to us in the large chain pet store. There's only like 2, so 50-50 chance she'll think of the right one immediately. Letting her choose a few toys, then finally coming up on the collars/harness section we've been looking for. Cue me fitting her for different harnesses, leashes, and yes, Christmas sweaters as well. I'm starting to put up everything that I'd pulled out while joking with my girlfriend when I get a hard tap on my shoulder by someone with very long nails. I turn to see what I instinctively know is a very entitled woman. She was mid to late 40s, long bleach blonde hair in a ponytail, jeans that may have fit 20 years ago, although in her defense she wasn't overweight, but the jeans were just way too tight, and a button-down western shirt. Thankfully, with an undershirt, just in case the poor buttons lost their never-ending battle with her obviously artificially altered bust line. Now, this is the type of woman I refer to as Texas soccer mom. But for this story, I'll just call her Karen. Just as I start to turn, Karen says, "It's about time. I've been waiting here for at least 5 minutes while you try to flirt with this poor woman." Now, my girlfriend hates confrontation and avoids it at all costs, but I see it as a way to joke, annoy, or just let my inner a-hole shine through. My girlfriend knows this. As we share a look, she rolls her eyes at my smile and walks off with the pup to browse the next aisle. Karen, again, slightly annoyed. "Oh, really? You're just going to ignore me?" Me. "I'm sorry about that, ma'am. What do you need?" Honestly, she was already annoying me with her rudeness, but that's no reason to be an a-hole yet. "I need to know where something is." I wasn't really paying attention at this point, already deciding to have a laugh, sending her on a wild goose chase. "Oh, sure thing, ma'am. Go down to the end of this aisle, down 3 aisles, then make a left, then a right at the next, and it'll be on the top halfway down." Or something like that. I don't remember. I was just making up things. With that, Karen takes off on her quest to find her magic somethings, and I walk to meet back up with my girlfriend, who is now in line for the one open register in the store. Not complaining, it was moving fast, just setting the scene. My girlfriend says, "Well, that was fast." I was proud. With a big smile, I tell her, "Oh, she just needed to know where something was." My girlfriend knew me well enough to not believe I'd help someone that was being rude. "Really?" she says. "That's it? Did you help her?" "Yeah, I was a bit rude back, though." Karen, immediately after, almost cutting into my sentence with who I assume is the manager, "That's him right there, and he's still harassing this poor woman, too. I want him fired right now. He gave me wrong directions to aisles that don't even exist just to get rid of me to flirt with this woman more." I then say to my girlfriend, who was visibly annoyed with me, "What? Giving her wrong directions is kind of rude." Now, Karen coming up with the manager just made me smile, which, of course, annoyed my girlfriend even more, but I couldn't help it. It was funny. The store manager then says to Karen, "Ma'am, I've never seen him before. He doesn't work here." And to my girlfriend, Ma'am, is this man bothering you? Yeah, but no more than usual, with a big smile on her face, thinking that she was funny. Karen then says to me, then why do you smell like an animal? The manager says, ma'am, that's obviously a cow smell. We don't sell cattle. Karen then gave up on the manager and turned to me. You don't work here? Well, why didn't you just tell me? I don't know. Why didn't you ask? That's no excuse not to tell me. It would have taken a lot less time. Yeah, but it wouldn't be as much fun. Hopefully next time you speak to a worker or a stranger, you won't be so rude. Karen's now screeching, where do you work? I'll call the manager there to complain about you. And she even admitted you usually bother her, so I'll tell him that you're stalking too. Okay, at this point we were next in line, and I didn't have any plans on staying to argue, but what she just said made me laugh right in front of her. Lady, I don't know who the F you think you are, but let me tell you some things. One, I don't, nor have I ever worked customer service. My boss could care less that I was an a-hole to some menopausal old woman. Two, don't be rude to people. No matter their job, they deserve respect. And three, what is your obsession with me flirting with my girlfriend? I've got news for you. Even if I was single, I wouldn't be flirting with you. But I'd be happy to help you find someone more age-appropriate. You're what, 55? Yes, I know that was a bit of a low blow since she was obviously sensitive about her age, but at this point, she'd made it personal, and I was PO'd that she'd accused me of stalking when she didn't even know my name. My girlfriend was doing her best to ignore us and pay so we could leave, and luckily after I said this, she had her receipt in hand and we turned to leave. Karen, wide-eyed and mouth agape, of course, started screaming profanities once she saw us start to leave. She followed us out to the parking lot, basket and all, with the manager following her since she hadn't paid for anything yet. My girlfriend was starting to visibly shake. She really doesn't handle confrontation well, so I got her in the car, then loaded the bags in the trunk. The entire time, Karen was screaming, mostly incoherently, following me around the car while blocking me from backing out by putting her basket behind my car. At this point, a few things happened at once. First, I got in the driver's seat and started to swing my door shut. Second, Karen tried to stop me from closing the door and grabbing it. Third, she fails to stop the door and it closes. Her hand was still on it. Fourth, she screams like a rabbit being attacked by a ferret. Long story. Fifth, I opened the door so she could get her hand out. She immediately yanks it away and then did the one thing that I never expected. After getting her hand crushed in the door, this idiot tries to stop me from closing the door again, with her knee this time. What the F? She's definitely got determination, I'll give her that. Of course, it didn't close all the way this time, but I was PO'd and slammed it so it closed hard and fast. Now I'm laughing again. Not at her getting hurt, but because as I looked back to tell the manager she may need help back to the store, I saw him, already halfway back to the store with her basket. The entire situation was just so unbelievably absurd. At this point, my girlfriend was crying and holding Sadie really tight, so I shut my door, made sure no body parts were in it this time, and backed out, careful not to run over Karen. Although admittedly, at this point, it'd be a lie to say I wasn't tempted. It's been a week now, and while I expected to get a summons of a letter from a lawyer or something, nothing's happened. And that's fine, because I don't think that you can get in trouble for hurting someone while they try to restrain you from leaving. I should also say that no, I don't particularly feel bad about anything that's happened to Karen, but I feel horrible for putting my girlfriend in this situation and apologized at least 100 times this week. We're good, but I gotta be on my best behavior in public for a while. And our second story. Yep, I'm your new boss. Found this sub after being on IDontWorkHereLady. First job stories again. I was assigned as a project manager for an installation of a whole audiovisual solution for an offices complex. Well, not the whole building, but like 2 or 3 floors. The building was already built, but it was just at bare bones. Floor, ceiling, elevators. A big pharma company bought 3 floors of the building and decided to make these their new offices. I was assigned as part of the engineers committee, very scared as this was my first time leading a project with the team. And also, I was 21 years old. This story is from my first meeting with the committee at the building itself, like an introduction to the staff and to my future techs and construction worker team. I got to the building in my work clothes, safety boots, hard hat, and my bag with my tools. I showed my company's badge and was allowed to get in. I got to the floor where the meeting was being held, and the foreman of the construction company receives me very harshly. AF is angry foreman, LA is lead architect. AF, who TF are you? You're late. Work here starts at 6 a.m. Me, sorry, I was appointed to a meeting with LA at 10 a.m. I'm not one of your workers. I'm here for a meeting and blueprints revision. AF, don't F with me, kid. Let me call the office and inform them of your insubordination. Me, no need for that. Let me call LA to see what's going on. So I get on the phone with LA and she comes up, angry, to the lobby. LA, hey, what's going on, AF? Sorry for this harsh reception, man. Come in, we've been waiting for you. Later, I was informed he was going to be the foreman in charge of installing all the infrastructure for network, phones, and audio. So basically, I was his boss now, and he has to do whatever I wanted. Oh, revenge is sweet. And the hypocrisy of this man when we worked together was incredible. I had to work about 14 hours a day, and guess who else had to work with me? I indeed work here, man, and I'm your temporary boss. I would have loved to have seen his face when he found out about it. And thank you all for watching the video to the end. I'll see you in the next one.